In this video, I'm going to show you how to do your front brakes on your Ford Taurus. They're located behind your front wheels. Using a 19mm socket, I'm going to loosen up our lug nuts, take our wheel off. Make sure you keep a hand on the wheel for that last one. Take the wheel off. I'm going to use a 12mm socket and loosen our caliper bolts. Okay, so now you're gonna take a screwdriver and free up our caliper from our rotor. Gonna rest that there for a sec. Take out our pads. All right, so now we're gonna open our bleeder. You can also do that while it's still attached. I already broke these open to see if they were free though. So I'm gonna open this up. I'm gonna have a drip pan below me. And we're gonna compress our caliper. All right, so to compress your caliper, you're gonna need a tool and an old pad, depending on the kind of tool you have. I like to use the kind with the old pad. Looks like this. So with the bleeder screw open, we're gonna push this piston in. Okay, after you compress that, you can close down your bleeder. Just tighten it up. After you've compressed that and closed down your bleeder, you can take out your tool. And you can hang your caliper off a caliper hanger or a bungee cord, whatever you have handy. Yeah, I'm just gonna get my whatever drips off the car with some brake parts cleaner. And now we're ready to take our caliper bracket bolts out. I'm gonna use a 15mm socket. Make sure you have a handle, a hold on your bracket as you take the bolt out. Now we can take our rotor off and set that off to the side. And we're gonna go clean up our caliper bracket. All right, so we are going to clean up our caliper bracket. I would use some safety goggles if you're using power tools. I'm going to clean off the surfaces in here. I'm going to use the wire brush and clean up inside here where the pads live. You can wipe it down with a rag, and then we can move on to our slides. So First, you want to check to see if they've been moving. You also want to check for tears in the boot. This one has a tear, so we'll have to replace that. You don't want tears in your boots because the dirt and the brake dust will get in there, and then water will get in there, and then it'll cause these to seize, and then your piston won't work right because it'll be fighting this. Okay, so take that off. You look in there, it looks like it maybe just teared recently. Take that off. You're going to clean this up with a rag. Now, if you have an attachment like this on a drill, it makes your life easier to get the crud out of there. After you do that, you can add some silicone paste to your slide. Put some on the end. All right, so we have a new boot here. We're gonna add some silicone paste to that and then place our slide inside. Put it up on the thing, on the lip. There we go. At this point, you're going to want to make sure there's no air in there. This one seems to be boinging back on its own, so that's good. You want that vacuum. And now we're going to move on to the next one. So if you need to, use a flathead to release it. This one does not have any tears in it, so we're in luck. Take that off. Clean this off. Make sure you get in that crease again. Put some silicone paste on the slide. Use my drill attachment. I usually add a little bit more on the tip there. Now we're going to clean this out. Put the brush inside, squeeze it. You want to get it in those ribs. That's where it stores its grease, so it doesn't get gross in there. All right, so now we can put our slide in there. Wipe off the excess. And this one has air in it. You can see when it blows up like a balloon. So you can pick up the edge here and just let the air out. You want to do that till you get the vacuum that you get on the other side. All right, so now you see the vacuum and it pulls it in. That means the air's gone. And that's good. Okay, I'm going to clean off our surface for the rotor. Make sure you get in here. The wire brush. That's where the rotor sits so it doesn't get stuck. Put some anti-seize on this after we're done cleaning it. Then we can put some anti-seize on. Okay, I like to hang my rotor backwards to clean off the surface if there's oil on it. Make sure you have a drip pan below you. Once you're done the back side, then you can do the front. I like to hold my rotor on with a lug nut. We can use brake pad cleaner to clean this off too. Allow it to drip dry. All right, so now it's time to put our bracket on. Let's start our bottom bolt first. And do the top. And snug these down and then torque them at 76 foot-pounds. All right, so now we're going to take out our shim that's at the top of the caliper for this kind of system. All right, so now we're going to scrape this down and clean up this area for the new clips. All right, after you're done cleaning that up, I'm gonna clean it off. For this caliper, the shim is different than the old one. So we are going to put this one in like this. Make sure it's facing this way. Okay, so now we're ready to put our pads in. Make sure our little butterfly spring clips are centered. Okay, so after you have your shim in place, you're going to keep a finger on it. You're going to line up your slide bolt. On both sides. Make sure that the butterfly springs on the pads are not poking through here. If they're poking through, you have to reposition, because if they poke through, it's not gonna allow that pad in the back to move when you're braking. So make sure they aren't poking through. Put a little pressure on it, get your bottom bolt started. Push in on the top. And get your top bolt started. We are going to torque those to 26 foot-pounds. Use a 12mm socket. All right, so now you can take your lug nut off, put your wheel back on, torque it, start your vehicle, press the brake a few times so you feel the pedal up high and hard, and then you can take it for a road test. Make sure you put your rubber thing back on your bleeder screw. The process is the same on the other side. Put your wheel on. Start your lug nuts by hand. Using a 19 millimeter, you can snug them up and torque them after at 95 foot-pounds. Using a 19 millimeter socket, I'm going to torque our wheels to 95 foot-pounds. I'm going to do that in a star-like pattern. Now I'm going to just check them all. And now we're good.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.